go. Okay, so BUS 2213 is Principles of Business. And whenever you see emails go out or any other little pieces of information, you might see Principles of Business abbreviated as POB. So if you see POB, you know it's for this class. All right. Tosh1169. I know that email, but I'm not sure of the name. And whenever you sign in, please use either your first name or your last name so I can be sure to get your points. Especially, I noticed that I have two Michelles, so be sure to put your last name too so that I can give the proper person credit for being here. One of the great things about coming to the live lectures is that you don't have to write up the summary, right? So if you're here at the live lecture, you automatically get your 100, no, it's not 100 for this course, it's 45 or 30, I forget. How many points is it for the live lecture points? 25. It's like we're auctioning off, maybe 30. It's 100 for my ECE courses, but, oh, Tasha, there we go. I knew I recognized that. Thank you. Wonderful. I'll get your name written down. Okay, so I also teach ECE, which are early childhood education courses, and every once in a while I get to teach an AOS class. So I'm actually very happy to be here. I enjoy these classes. They're lots of fun. And I also enjoy interacting with so many students from so many different core programs. So I normally just see my ECE students, but I love getting to hear from my medical assistants, my surgical techs, massage therapists, all those different areas that you guys are coming from. So thank you for being here. Principles of Business will teach students the basis of business operations, professionalism, because we all know how important professionalism is, especially after you graduate, you're out trying to get that job. Emphasis will be on entrepreneurship because we like entrepreneurs around here. That's how CCC began, was with our CEO as an entrepreneur program, starting with just dental assistants, training dental assistants in the Tulsa area. And now we are 3 sister colleges all along Sheridan Boulevard. So it's amazing how much this has grown over the years, and we continue to add new programs. So we're really big on talking about the importance of entrepreneurship. Now I want you to know we don't expect everyone to be entrepreneurs. We don't expect everyone to want to graduate and run their own business, but we want you to know if that opportunity ever comes up that you have the basis, that you have the skills to slowly make that happen. So we will be talking a little bit about working in groups, the importance of working in groups in the workplace, and making effective presentations, which will actually be a part of your final project. So let's skip on to a quick overview for you so that you can all get settled. Now, I recognize a lot of the names on the list over here. Guy, Lisa, I'm going to say I recognize Patricia too. I'm not sure if you've been in the classes before, in my classes, but I'd like for you to raise your hand, and for those of you that haven't been in here before, I'd like for you to raise your hand. There's a little handprint underneath my name, Shitty Cell Moderator. There should be a smiley face, something that looks like a face with a time clock, and then a handprint. So raise your hand if this is your first AOS class. I'd like to know if I have anybody that's brand new. Maybe. Okay, so Tasha, is this your first class? It looks like a thumbs up, right? Exactly. That's awesome. Tasha, no, that's why you're here. That's why you're learning. And so I'll be the person to hopefully sort of get you used to this process and get you used to the online learning. So I'm happy you're here. No, that's great. You raised your hand and you typed in the chat box, so that's awesome. Okay, so our class is a 4-week class, and as far as the online classes go, the AOS and the ECE, they are almost all 4-week classes. Ours starts on November 2nd, and it will end on November 29th. So mark that on your calendars. Does it count if it's your last class? What? Is this your last class? Are you doing like your last class as an online? Oh my goodness, so what's your core program? Really? Michelle, it's your last one too? Well, congratulations. I'm glad I got to have you before you graduated then. Wonderful. You're just way excited then. Oh, fashion design, wonderful. My bachelor's degree was in fashion merchandising, so I completely understand where you're at. It's an amazing program. And Michelle, you're in massage. Well, great. Congratulations, ladies. Your last class. I had one of my ECE students finished her last class just recently as well. We were so excited. It's a great feeling, isn't it? That you've made it through it and you're just almost done. You're almost there. That's great. Okay, so we've got 4 weeks and it's going to fly by. Don't fall behind. Stay on top of your due date. Every Monday is when the new week begins. And you probably noticed from the email or if you've gone to our due dates page on our course page that we have due dates on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's how most AOS are set up. And we have 1 discussion per week. We used to have 2, but it's now been narrowed down to 1. And I think a lot of people are pretty happy about that. I know I am. It's easier. It's not as stressful to me. And I think also to you as well. So getting 1 in, you get to sort of focus on it a little bit better, I think, too. The due date calendar, real quick, I sent out a due date calendar in an email. And I wanted to check and be sure, did everybody get that email? Sometimes I have issues with the email not coming up. Okay, what I'd like for you to do, if you didn't get the email, I'd like for you to send me an email saying you'd like a copy of the due date calendar. And Patricia, you didn't either. Okay, I think it's really handy if you guys will send me an email, and my email information for Community Care College is located on our course page. Or you can go into your email and type in, I think it's snell@communitycarecollege.edu. But that's also on our course page. So send me an email, and I'll respond to you and get it to you. You didn't receive one either. Okay, because I want to be sure you get one. Now, there's one on our course page around the area that says course syllabus and course expectations. There's a copy of it there. But I can send you one in the email that you could print out. And each week as you finish your assignment, you can check it off the list so that you know you got that finished. I know it's easy to lose track sometimes. So I think there's at least 3 people. You guys send me an email, okay, and I'll get it to you. Take your quizzes and your exams before the due dates, which are each Saturday, is when the quizzes and exams are due. Oh, you found it. Great, Michelle. Good. Good. It should be in the welcome email. It says welcome and due date to the US 2213. Post to the discussion board as early as possible. I have some people. Oh, check it out too, Lisa. Wonderful. We are so multitasking. So, post discussion boards. I have some people that will post to the discussion boards the Sunday before it's even due. And that's wonderful. No MCC. Uh-oh, is it down right now? You know, we've had a lot of storms, and I can see that sort of messing with that right now. So just give it some time and then try to go back to pull up in MCC. Some people post their initial post from their discussion board on Sundays. So if you go in on Mondays, lots of times you can go ahead and respond to your 2 people so that you definitely do not miss the Tuesday at midnight due date on our discussion board. So try to get those in as soon as possible. Take a little pressure off there. Contact me if you have any questions. Communication is so important. From our course page, you will see I've got my phone number listed at work. I'm only there on Tuesdays. I've got my Google Voice phone listed. You can call that almost any day between the hours of 9 in the morning and 9 at night. I answer on the weekends as well. And also my Facebook page is listed there as well. So friend me on Facebook because sometimes I'll post things there. Next, here's a little copy of the tentative due date that some of you received, and if you didn't, I will get this to you in the mail. So you can see from, well, I don't know if you can see this very good because I'm on a larger screen monitor. It's a little blurry and it's kind of small. But for week 1, we've had 1 discussion due Tuesday by midnight. We have 1 assignment due Tuesday by midnight. You've got a second assignment. Here, my finger's over here. You've got a second assignment due tonight by midnight. You have an exam due by Saturday, and then the live lecture summary. If you missed the live lecture, which you're here, you're fine. And those of you that missed the live lecture, have the summary to me by Saturday at midnight. You'll see that it's a similar setup every week. Nothing really new until you get down to week 3. You'll notice that you do not have an exam to take. I'm giving you extra time to work on your final project, which we'll discuss in a moment. And then week 4, your final exam is due on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. So kind of pay attention to those dates there. And we'll get everybody hooked up with one. Here's a question I get quite a bit, and I want to be sure in week 1 that everybody knows where it is. Where's the book? On our course page, if you look at the area that says course content, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 in red, right below that. I wish I knew how to circle things on here. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. I don't know if that'll even come up. Do you see a dog line? Right here, underneath week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, is click on the link below to access your course textbook. And right here, you'll see a little green puzzle piece. If you will click on that puzzle piece or the link directly next to it, it should take you straight to your textbook. So that's how you get to your e-textbook fairly easy. We had to sort of rig that one up a little bit, and that's why it's in a kind of a strange spot, but it works. So I want everybody to know where to get your textbook. Next, your assignment that's due tonight. I get questions about this one. I should have sent out an email because this is actually due tonight at midnight. But what if I don't drink coffee? Because 1.2 is talking about the supply and demand of coffee. I want you to know that you can choose a different beverage. Maybe you're a tea drinker, maybe you're a soda drinker. And I said you can even use bottled water as an example because you probably noticed there's lots of different price points on bottled water. So you don't have to drink coffee to do this assignment. I love some coffee, but you can use tea, you can use soda, you can use water. Just kind of plug the right beverage in there to complete this one. So this one is due tonight by midnight. I look for good, complete answers to the questions. In most cases, a one-sentence response just isn't enough. Don't be afraid to over-explain a little bit when you get to your answers. I would much rather see more of an answer than less. So don't be afraid to over-explain. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Which brings us to our final project. Now I know it's the beginning of the course, but this is one of my favorite things. I like to go into the final week, look at the final project, and address a little bit of the final project you're going to come up with an idea for a business plan that is related to your core program. Now, those of you that have had marketing may have started one of these. It's a little bit different than this one. You're going to have to customize it. But you are welcome to use your marketing assignment as a starting point. And what you're going to be doing is making a few improvements to it. So it's going to be, you just finished one, Michelle, awesome. So it's fresh on your mind. You know what you're doing. There's just a few differences between this one and marketing that you'll need to tweak a little bit. There's some pages you'll need to take out. There's some that you'll need to add, but it's basically set up very similar in a PowerPoint form. Now, before you start your research, this is one thing I'd like for you to do this week. Do a little research. Read page 110 in your textbook, and on our course page, oh, Jasmine's here. Awesome. Jasmine, let me get your name down. But you made it. Let me double check. There we go. So, 110 in your textbook. If you click on week 4 final project, you will see these resources listed as well. The Small Business Administration Business Plan Outline and How to Write a Business Plan. That's okay, Jasmine. I'm glad you made it. No problem. Don't ever worry about coming in late. I'd love to see anyone here even for the last 5 minutes. So you're going to use this rubric, I believe it's on our next page, to create your final project. Now, again, it's kind of small. It's hard to read, especially if you're on a smaller laptop or maybe a tablet. But we will go through each of these items. We'll talk about each of these items. We're going to start on just a couple this week. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but I do want to give you a good starting point. So just to show of hands really quick, do a little hand thing again. How many of you have already started a business plan in a marketing course? Raise your hand. So I can see Michelle got it. Anybody else? Both Michelle? Tricia has. Jasmine sort of, kinda. Okay. Guy, have you done one yet? Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it freezes up. If you have already done a business plan in a marketing class, let me know or raise your hand, either one. So I've got 3, 4, maybe 5 that have. Great. Okay, please use that as a starting point. No phone chat. Wonderful. At least you did a couple years ago. Okay, so you may be a little familiar then with the basic setup. This isn't very elaborate. This is a basic business plan that maybe you could present to a bank or a small group of investors to sell them on your business idea, basically. And a copy of this that's on our slide is located on our course page. So be sure hop down to week 4 and check out these pages. You might want to print them out so that you have them handy. This week, here's a little snapshot of the U.S. Small Business Administration. There's a link to this page on our course page. It's really a fabulous place to start. You'll see how to create your business plan. Now, I don't have a cut and dry way of doing this, but I would like for you to follow the basic format that's on our grading rubric. So that will give you an idea of where to go. You may also find other ideas from other websites because there's not just one way to make a business plan. There's lots of different ways. Oh, it is froze. Okay, good. Good. Sometimes when the weather's really bad, it gets even more what I want you to do this week, now this is kind of a mini assignment. There's nothing you need to hand in for this. What I want you to do is for your final project goal by the end of week 1, which is coming fairly quick, I'd like for you to choose if in your business plan you're going to be trying to sell a product, maybe you've come up with an invention, or a service. Okay, so I want you to choose a product or a service. Now, who said they were massage? Was it Michelle Vincent? Let me go back up here. Yes, Michelle Vincent. Okay, your massage. Here's an example. I'm going to use your example. I had a student in the past class that, since she was a massage student, her business plan was on opening a massage studio. So that's a pretty easy connection right there. I've also had a student in the past that was, she was in the dental assistant program. She had the idea of starting a mobile dental lab that could go to different dentists or also could go to patients that were homebound, maybe an elderly patient that needs their teeth cleaned or worked on. So that vehicle could go to them because it's so hard sometimes for them to get out of the house and come to you. I thought it was a fantastic idea, and we see services like that. What else? I'm trying to think of a few other ideas. So your product or service needs to be related to your core program. So you're going to come up with, what do you sell? How does it benefit the customers? Because if it's not going to benefit everybody, it's probably not going to fly. What is the product life cycle? How long is it going to last? If it's a product, will it last forever? Is it made out of plastic? Is it something that's immediately consumed? Maybe it's a restaurant. Go to the suggested websites and read the information. So this